We start at the COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, which has been tackling the future of one of the worst sources of carbon emissions, coal. It is still widely used to generate power around the world, but now 46 countries have signed up to move away from it. However, the deadline is rather vague, and some of the biggest users, including China, India, the US and Australia, have not signed up. And while China had previously said it would no longer support coal-fired power station projects overseas, it also said it won't reach its peak of carbon emissions until 2030. Well, the COP president, Alok Sharma, has set out the pledges.
A commitment to end coal investment, to scale up clean power, to make a just transition and phase out coal in the 2030s in major economies and in the 2040s elsewhere. It has 77 signatories, including 46 countries such as Poland, Vietnam and Chile, 23 of which are making commitments on ending coal for the first time.
While that deal was being struck, it's emerged that emissions of carbon dioxide, CO2, which fell during the pandemic and the lockdowns, are surging back again. The Global Carbon Project says they were down by 5.4% in 2020. They're now predicted to rise by 4.9% this year, as Ayuna Rainga reports.
The coronavirus lockdown gave us a glimpse of a cleaner, greener world, the fastest decline in carbon emissions ever recorded. But as economies built back after the worst of the pandemic, they haven't done so cleanly. Stimulus packages have been focused on heavy industry, which require the burning of coal. A report by the Global Carbon Project predicts CO2 emissions will rise by 4.9% this year, with big rises in India and China.
A lot of it is coming from China, to be honest. It is the largest driver of the global rebound in emissions, and a lot of it is coming from a very large increase in coal use that has happened in China over the past year. Globally, both gas and coal use is above where it was before the pandemic.
But there is hope. China is responsible for 30% of global carbon emissions, but it has been switching to low carbon energy sources at a faster rate than other countries. Oil use is rising around the world, but at a slower rate because transport activity remains below normal levels. The report warns that the world has just 11 years left of burning carbon at the current rate if humanity is to avoid catastrophic warming. The report calls for a move away from coal, electrifying transport and reforesting.
The one ray of hope here is that we have seen really rapid progress in a lot of clean energy technologies. Solar prices have fallen by a factor of 10 in the last decade, battery prices by a factor of 10. EVs are now 18% of all new vehicle sales in China, I think 12% of new vehicle sales in the EU. So things are changing.
Rising emissions for 2021 aren't a good sign, but scientists believe if climate policy decisions at COP26 are followed through, it could be a game changer. Ayuna Rainga, BBC News.